because we recently learned that it was all made in China. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Tanya. I'm actually an internal medicine doctor, but on this channel, I like to talk about how I discovered my personal style after the age of 40, how I curated a capsule wardrobe using high-end designer pieces as well as thrifted pieces, and how to use various lifestyle changes to improve your health. So if any of that sounds like something that's interesting to you, make sure you stick around. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my capsule handbag collection with you. It's pretty small, but that's probably a good thing because we recently learned that it was all made in China. Okay, but anyway, I started curating this handbag collection probably back in 2013 after I stopped working 90-hour weeks to earn minimum wage as an internal medicine resident. And I started making actual coin. Now, I fully appreciate that some of you may not think that that was a wise financial decision. However, how I see it, if you do girl math and you invest in high quality pieces that will last for a lifetime and will stay in your wardrobe and be worn over and over, then the cost per wear goes down. And if you decide that you don't like it and you want to sell it, then you can get either the return on your investment or even more than what you actually paid for it. I mean, that would have been the case prior to this new sort of luxury designer reckoning that we're under right now. But anyways, no matter what you think, I love handbags. I have loved handbags since I was a little girl, actually. I think it all started probably around middle school when one of my good friends actually got this Dooney and Burke bag. And I was just absolutely in love with that bag. But there was no way my mom was going to spend $200 on a bag, let alone a bag for her teenage daughter. So I think that's where my love for handbags started. And I remember when I got my first job, I purchased this Perry Ellis kind of bucket bag. And you couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was that girl with my $40 Perry Ellis bag. Y'all probably don't even know what Perry Ellis is. But anyway, it continued throughout college. I had a girlfriend who would carry her mom's Speedy, and it was her mom's Speedy that she used when she was in college. And I was just absolutely enamored. That Speedy bag with the top handles and the doctor bag silhouette, it just felt so like effortless and chic. And I was absolutely in love. But again, didn't have any coin. As a matter of fact, my husband was probably technically the first person to ever purchase what we would call now a designer handbag. And it was actually a Coach, this Coach, like monogram handbag. I'm pretty sure my mother-in-law doesn't know this. My mom probably doesn't even know this. But anyway, he was the first one to buy me my first designer handbag. And I guess you could say the rest is history. Okay, but enough of me yapping. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. I want to show you the first handbag that I purchased, and it was this Gucci Boston bag. I think this size is it's a little bit larger than a Speedy 30, Speedy 25, so it's probably the equivalent of like a Speedy 30. It also came with a crossbody strap. I love this bag because it was different. It was different from anything I'd ever actually seen, just kind of out and about before. I loved that it had this top handle. You could wear it in the crook of your arm. You could also wear it as a crossbody, and it's big enough to fit a lot of stuff. So I'm one of those people that kind of carries everything with me when I go just out the house. So this bag was perfect for me. What else can I say about this bag? It's very nostalgic to me. I still do use it now, but I've considered getting rid of it before, but I honestly don't think I would ever sell it because I'm pretty sure this style and this color has been discontinued. So I'm kind of waiting for it to go vintage. Although again, I'm not really sure that the price is going to be close to what I paid for it or more than what I paid for it ever. now that again, we know that, some of these designers get their items out of China and they're not actually made in Italy, like this says. I don't know if this one was made in China or not. I'm just saying. But this one says it was made in Italy. So maybe it was. Who knows? The next bag is the Speedy GM. I actually love this bag. I love this bag as just a everyday throw everything in, carry all. I think it's great for a work bag. I think it's great for a diaper bag. I think it's great for a travel bag, which is really what I primarily use it for, traveling. I actually purchased the Louis Vuitton carry-on suitcase in the matching print. I think it's durable. It's also reversible, but I've never worn it inside out. And yeah, it's kind of smelling funny right now. I don't know what that is. But anyway, I love this bag. I have no regrets. As a matter of fact, before I got the last bag that I will show you, I was considering, I think I would buy this again. Totally would purchase this bag again. I think it was well worth it. I think I've gotten my cost per wear out of it. I can see myself using this well into the next 20, 30 years. Love this bag. This next bag is a Strathberry. I don't recall the name of it. It's actually Strathberry, I believe is a UK British brand. I got this bag thinking that it would be my forever sort of, night clutch, or you can even wear it as a shoulder bag or a crossbody bag. But it's just like the perfect size. And with it being black, I feel like it can go with, any sort of black tie occasion. I think it fits enough. It fits my cell phone. It fits keys. It fits a small wallet, and probably a lipstick or two. I don't know. I just really love this bag. I actually was introduced to this brand through one of my fashion girlies from the UK that I follow on YouTube. And then also, I think my husband saw Meghan Markle with it and he showed me the bag and was like, this is a cute bag. And I was like, oh my God, that's a Strathberry. I totally would get a Strathberry. And I ended up purchasing this in black. I think Meghan Markle had it in like it was a green color. And it might have been the exact same bag. I think it was the exact same size, but it actually comes, this is a small size, but it actually comes in, I think like a size up from this. And I bought this some years ago, so I'm not certain that it's actually still available. The brand still does make bags, and this sort of bar is kind of their signature. But yeah, I don't know if they make it. Next, girly. I kind of feel like I have a funny story to go with this one. So I purchased this from a Chanel boutique. I can't remember if it was in Phipps Plaza or Lenox Mall, but I'm pretty sure the sales lady at Chanel saw us coming. She was like, look at that new money walking in here. And she pulled out the champagne, knowing we were going to think we were balling out of control and probably going to buy something. This was totally an impulse buy, just like the Gucci bag. That was an impulse buy as well. But I was between this bag and the Chanel Classic Flat Medium in black. I ultimately went with this because I told myself this was more representative of who I was going to become, because I was traditionally used to wearing blacks and dark colors and, no prints, no life. And I can't say that I'm very adventurous today, but I wanted to sort of lighten up my wardrobe. So I started wearing like more whites and more beiges and lighter colors because I felt like that was a lot more elegant. So I got this bag. I thought she was perfect. This is Chanel boy bag in the size medium. I think it fits quite a bit. Unlike the classic flap, it doesn't have a divider or anything. It does have a pocket in the back, but it fits my cell phone, it fits my wallet, it fits my keys, it fits like a lipstick. So I think it fits just enough, honestly. I could totally see myself using this bag well into my maturity, let's say. I feel like it's pretty elegant, and I don't remember the leather. I want to say it's caviar. It's definitely not lambskin. So it's pretty durable. Yeah, I can't say that it scratches. I actually don't see any blemishes on it at all. And I've had it for a good plus years at this point. So yeah, no regrets. I'm pretty sure it cost probably almost twice what I paid for it at this point. But yeah, no regrets. Although unfortunately here she doesn't get as much playtime as she probably should. My next purchase was my Chanel Classic Flap. So even though I didn't get the Chanel Classic Flap with my first Chanel purchase, the Classic Flap, because of its classic silhouette, and it's just a classic vibe. It's very classy and classic and I think elegant bag. So I still had it on my mind, but I didn't want to go with black still. I decided to go with something that was neutral, but just not black. And I want to say this is caviar leather too. I definitely am not getting lambskin vibes, but I really don't remember. And it has rose gold, not yellow gold hardware, which I actually like that. Yeah. So this bag, I actually worked extra night shifts specifically so I could purchase this bag. I purchased at a Chanel boutique at the Ala Moana Center in Honolulu. And I was super excited when I went and picked out the bag. Naturally, you get that dopamine high when you're shopping. But about a week later, I thought, I paid a lot for that bag. And while I enjoy it and I think it's great, I don't know that I would do that again. So I definitely sort of had a change of heart after purchasing this bag. I can't really say I regret it per se, but I definitely felt like the number that I paid for this bag is probably the highest I would go. I can't imagine myself paying more, you know, for any bag, basically. But this is her. So this is the classic flap medium. So it has the double flap. There's a zip pocket here. There's a front pocket here. There's also I have pillows in it to keep shape. A little lipstick case and two side pockets. I think it fits enough, like literally just enough. I can fit my cell phone, my wallet, my keys, and a lipstick. So I'm stuffing it in there. Oh, I forgot to tell you there's a pocket on the back as well. This one does well crossbody. I'm 5'6", and I think this one suits me. I don't think a jumbo would suit me. I think I'm a little too small for a jumbo to be flattering. I think it would just. Speedy is my favorite bag. This is my very first Speedy bandoulier, meaning it comes with the crossbody strap in the size 35. And as I said, it is my absolutely favorite bag. Like I literally will wake up and put an outfit together. It actually goes quite well with this look, but I will put an outfit together just to wear this bag. When I get off from work, because when I work during the week, I usually wear scrubs and I don't carry any of my handbags to the hospital. So during my weeks off, this is like the highlight of my week off to be able to carry this bag. I told you a little bit about how I fell in love with this bag. I can't even really tell you why I didn't buy it sooner. I know, a few years before I got it, my husband was actually looking for it at a couple of different Louis Vuitton and it wasn't available in the size that I wanted. So, and I think the Speedy itself was actually discontinued. But this is the Speedy Bandoulier, which I think is the only Speedy that you can actually get now, if I'm not mistaken. I got this one last year for Mother's Day. And when I tell you absolutely no regrets, it's a little bit lived in. I have a few little watermarks, even though I do my best. Like I don't carry it when it's raining and I do my best to like not get water, lotion or hand sanitizer on it. But sometimes, you know, things happen, but I absolutely love her. I've embellished her a little bit. I do think she could use some bigger charms, but until I find some, this is what we're with. It comes with the lock and the key. One beef that I would say I had purchased a pre-loved Louis Vuitton Speedy in the size 40, and I felt like that size was way too big. Because I said, this is a 30. This is a perfect size. But what I'm not a huge fan of is the hardware. The hardware is giving cheap plastic, whereas the vintage 40 that I had was actual, like, I think it was metal hardware rather than like this. I think this is like plastic. But I think that's my only beef with this bag. It obviously fits everything. It's actually large enough that I could put one of those organizers in there if I wanted to, but I just like it like it as kind of like a throw around. I like to carry it like this. I like to carry it in the crook of my arm. Yeah, she's perfect. I purchased this Carolina Herrera bag some years ago, and it was a neutral color. It would have fit perfect in my color palette. However, I didn't really just love it. So I ended up selling it on Poshmark. And I think I probably sold it for about $200 to $400 less than what I purchased it for. So the girl math kind of failed me a little bit with that particular bag. I also purchased a Yves Saint Laurent, is it Lulu bag, and I think large, or was it a medium? I can't really remember. But I literally just sold that on Poshmark recently. I think I probably sold that one for about 600 less than what I paid for it. Now, what I've noticed is that the Chanel handbags and the Louis Vuitton handbags, they hold value really well, and the resale is sometimes even higher than what you actually paid for it because their prices go up like every year or whatever, which again is quite disappointing knowing that Vuitton allegedly comes from China. So not to say that it's poor quality, it's just that it's usually advertised as either made in France or Louis Vuitton. Is it made in Italy? Anyway, I don't know. Designer handbag collection. So you let me know. How do you guys feel about all this talk? First of all, if you're not really into designer handbags, you can call me stupid, crazy, irresponsible in the comments. But no, tell me, what do you guys think? For the ladies who are into designer bags, what are we thinking? Do you think that this whole designer China reckoning situation is going to ruin our ability to sell our bags if we decide we don't love them anymore? Like it's going to ruin the pre-loved market? You tell me what you think in the comments below. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. I actually upload a new video every Sunday. And if you found this interesting, make sure you share with someone who you think might also find it interesting. I'll go ahead and link my capsule wardrobe at the end screen here, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.